Hi guys and welcome to Throzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you are seeing in front of you in real life conditions is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class for the year 2025. We showcased you the car at launch, and this is the first time that we're out driving it. We're driving the E200, and this is of course the entry-level variant. And what is it like? And what is on offer? Well, as you can see, the design is clearly 100% evolutionary in terms of the way the grille has been done, the bumper has been done, and most importantly, an entirely new piece is the headlamp with the LED DRLs and the 3-point triple layout for the lamps. Looks quite impressive. The lights are also really good in terms of spread and illumination. You've of course got front parking sensors and 360-degree camera and all of that, which is mounted there. And it's a car that looks quite nice, very traditional in front of all of its rivals, and it's one of the reasons why it really looks good. But it is also very conventional in the way it ends up looking like. It is of course entirely new to the people who know what the E-Class has been all this while, but for somebody who's not really into it might realize that it's pretty much similar. No, it's actually not. What you can also see at the back is a completely new layout. That is where you will realize that this is the new E-Class. The star design in the tail lamps is really exceptional. I remember it when I saw it first internationally. I was really impressed. Very happy to see that these cars come to India exactly how they are. It's always been a dream for us to see all these cars here, so that aspect never continues to leave me, and really happy to see that. That's the electronic tailgate, and that is what the boot looks like. It's got good space here, and it's got space saver tire with all the necessary kit to make sure that everything is well in check in a situation. And quite a fast closing boot. Tail cap here, and just touch like this, open the handle and sit behind. My own driving position of 5'11", and as you can see, the long wheelbase aspect kicks in. You've got endless knee room, leg room, under thigh support is absolutely brilliant. You've got these things will let you have some more space. Humongous door pads here, lot of space to keep some stuff. You've got your AC vents here, which is also quite brilliant. Your hook, and of course the sun blinds that are on offer. You've got a wireless charger here, and here you've got some space to keep things, which is actually brilliant. And this is also acts as a headrest, and you can see it's got its own ambient light as well this time around. You've got a lot of space here to keep some stuff. You can close it very nicely. The AC vents also work quite well. You have your own climate control system, and let's just once you shut the door, you realize there is absolute silence here, and that's actually quite brilliant. And you can adjust your seat, adjust the recline, adjust the sun blinds and the sunroof as well. So that's actually quite brilliant to have. It's really comfortable place to be. You've got your own lights here, and AC vent is there as well, and there is one over there too. So you've got your own sunroof as well, which is partitioned quite well. I think this is a really great place to be for a longer period of times. All your controls are right here, and most of you will be taking that position over there. And once you press this button, and then you can adjust the seat with a button like this, and will start going ahead. Notice the ambient light over there. So you can have endless space once that seat goes all the way till the end. And if you have so much space here, imagine what kind of space you will have over there. So quite impressive. And your look at the cockpit from here, the steering wheel, the hyper screen, all of it is here. I'll show you in a bit. Overall, very nice place to be here. I can be here all day and be comfortable. It's already impressing me. I've had some time in the back already. Well, every time I come back here, I just feel really comfortable. Of course, we've got keyless entry now, and very heavy doors. Close them, and you realize that there is a hyper screen here, which you can go through like this. You have your notification screen like your phone, and you've got your volume controls, your Bluetooth, and your audio playback via vehicle speakers now active. You can switch on it off like this. You've got your cup holders here, your wireless charger and charging points here, which is actually quite good. That's how you change the drive modes. That is your 360-degree camera right there, highest quality, really well done. and you've got your parking assistance as well. So drive over to, so it's an automatic parking, which is actually brilliant. Going back, you can see there's all the details that you will need from this car. You have all the information that is on display, and it's just that it feels a little bit much more simpler than before, and it's actually a good thing. So you've got seat adjustments according to your height, and then there of course is the humongous ambient lighting options that you can get, all 63 this time around. So that's actually quite brilliant. You have the multicolor option as well, and the AC again deserves a special mention because the vents are digitally controlled, as you can see. That's how it does it. How cool is that? So that's how it does it, and I can do that all day. Second row of seats are also adjustable from here, and you can switch all of these things off very easily. And check out the air quality. It's got an air purifier and air quality control information display as well. So you know, you have your devices here, you have your radio, you have your phone, you have your settings, you have your ADAS features here. And fun fact, active brake assist can be switched off and stay off every single time you start and stop the car, because Mercedes has finally done it for Indian conditions. Mercedes said that they've taken special permissions for that from Germany headquarters, as well as I'm sure in in India as well. So that's really nice to see. But once you're on the highway, you can use it, and ADAS features work really well on our highways, because now most of them are marked really well, so you will really enjoy that. And that's going to be really impressive. You've got your Hey Mercedes, you've got your apps, you've got all the information you need, the light displays and the ambient lighting, and all of this is very well curated here, which is actually quite good. You've got all the features on the top over there. You've got a sun blind for the sunroof here, which is very well done. Very big bow pads at the front as well. You've got your floating sort of window controls here for the windows on the outside mirrors, and this button here controls the sun blind at the back. So this is actually quite brilliant. Steering wheel also is electronically adjustable. You've got your start stop button right there, and you've got your button here for the headlamps. The instrument cluster is something that is quite good, and as always quite brilliant. You've got your tons of options to choose from: sport, navigation, classic, assistance. It'll show a lot of things on the service part, sorry. So let's go on the service part and see that it will show you what the engine oil level is, the coolant temperature is, and what is the TPM is showing in terms of everything. Your fuel gauge is right there, and that is the power and charge system for the ISG batteries, for making sure that you can see all of that. So let's go back and keep it in sport right now. As you can see, it looks quite good. So overall, a really good, nice steering wheel. Of course, absolutely brilliant quality all around. I am not a fan of this material here, not the material, sorry, but the design. But I see where it's going, and a lot of people will like it, so that's not a problem. You've got your ambient lighting here as well. You've got some space and some charging point here as well, which is quite good. And yeah, you've got powered and memory seats and everything, but this variant of course is doesn't get a few things, but you've got your Burmeister 4D sound system, which is actually quite brilliant. The sound system is actually very good. Apart from that, you can go into settings, and in the sound settings, I guess, from here. And as you can see right there, it's got equalizer, balance and fader for 4D sounds, which is basically a speaker, or sorry, a vibrator inside the seat, which tunes according to the music that is being played. So give you that 4D sound effect, which I think is a hit or a miss with a lot of people. You can select the source, and yeah, it's a great sound system on offer. You've got your very shortcut button for everything right there as well. You can switch off the screen entirely, go into settings from here as well, so that's quite good. You've got your volume control here and your mute button here as well. So yeah, pretty impressive. I think what we're lacking right now is only ventilated and heated seats in this particular variant. Everything else is here. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is here, which works really well. The screen is absolutely brilliant, feels like a TV from your living room in terms of the quality, the graphics, the resolution, and everything that is on offer here. And yeah, pretty responsive and smooth as well. The AC is the new gimmick that works really well, and I'm very happy to see that Mercedes has gotten it right. I think that's it on the inside and the outside. let's start driving the car. Guys, we're out driving the Mercedes-Benz E-Class E200D, and this is the 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine, which makes 200 PS of power and 320 Newton meters of torque. And you would think that those numbers are very less, though no, they're not, because with the mild hybrid system, that adds a little bit more power and torque, and a lot of torque, which is 205 Newton meters. These numbers are now, and let's say 20 to 30 PS of power more. This actually becomes a very good car in terms of performance just from a 4-cylinder engine, and that too, it's of course an entry-level car. So what that does is gives you off-the-line acceleration, and somewhere, let's say I'm doing 60 kilometers an hour, the moment I floor it, it feels like I'm getting 500 Newton meters of torque instead of just 320. So that feeling that you get is actually brilliant and not so brilliant at the same time, because it ends up feeling a little bit confused. All mild hybrid cars that I have driven just feel a little bit confused when it comes to gearbox, because while the performance is fantastic, the fuel efficiency benefits are great, it just ends up confuses the gearbox. So the upshifts and downshifts take a little bit of time, which is noticeable but not frustrating in any way. So that is one of the things that I have noticed time and again, and this is something that is really great to see, that mild hybrid systems are making a lot of difference. But there is some way in the future that it can become a little bit more better. These changes are of course welcome. We've waited for the mild hybrids from Mercedes from a very long time, and I think this is one of the best iterations of the mild hybrid I've seen. It's not just Mercedes, it's everybody else that I'm talking about as well, in the luxury space, from European manufacturers. So this is one of the best iterations that I've seen. It definitely feels much more smoother and less confused, but it gets the job done. And it once you are into it, and once you put it in sport mode, it delivers the absolute best. In terms of fuel efficiency also, this seems to be delivering quite a lot. On, let's say if you're doing 60, which you will do in most Indian cities, and slightly lower as well, what you will also notice is that the fuel efficiency numbers can be around 19 to 20 kilometers per liter, but in absolute real life conditions, those numbers will be around, let's say, 13 to 14 kilometers per liter into when it comes to tank range. So that is a very good number. You can see all of that right in the instrument cluster, and you have your eco display and 2 trip meters and all of that to make sure that you are well aware of what is going on in terms of numbers, which is of course very necessary to see how the car is performing in multiple ways. Needless to say, the refinement is absolutely spot on, and the engine noise is well in check. The wind noise is also well in check. Tire noise is also pretty much well in check, and this is something that is very high on refinement in terms of traffic noise coming in through the windows also. It is pretty good, but in terms of overall refinement, I think it could have been a tad bit better. I think I have over the top expectations, but this is pretty much close to an S-Class, but I actually think that a little bit more would have been ideal. But anyways, I sometimes drive without sound system and alone, so I might be concentrating too hard on that aspect. But if you're driving normally, which is with the music, with somebody or not, and you're focused on driving, having a good time behind this wheel, you will definitely have. In fact, I told you already, the sound system is absolutely brilliant. You get a 4D sound system, which is actually quite good, but the speaker, the vibrations within the seat can be a hit or a miss with somebody. You never know who's going to take it that way. It's actually quite subjective. So that's also part of the driving experience. Most importantly, ground clearance. So it doesn't have adjustable or air suspension, but it seems to be going over most speed breakers very well. I haven't seen it touch, or I haven't seen me requiring to go over the speed breaker in a zigzag manner to make sure that it doesn't scrape, and that's a really good thing, because when you don't have air suspension and it is taking most of the speed breakers quite well, I think it's something that is highly appreciated on how Mercedes is tuning cars for India, because these are truly cars for India and they are tuned in that manner. So that's really great. Most importantly, how I'm not keeping it for the last, but the ride quality. I have a pretty bad patch of road just outside my house before I get onto the highway and then get onto the bigger highway, and that patch for the first 3 days I didn't realize that it exists. while I was going on, in a separate car and then on a separate on a two-wheeler, I actually saw that the E-Class is dismissing all of this really well, and it isn't moving around much. The vertical movement is bare minimum, and all of those things just reminds me that the E-Class is absolutely brilliant in terms of comfort. This will very much surprise you, the way it takes over bad roads, the way it keeps you comfortable inside the car. It's devoid of all imperfections that are out there on the road, and it will deliver the absolute best to keep you comfortable. And there is no better feeling than that when you spend so much money in a car that is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class in its 2025 Avatar. I've told you the fuel efficiency, I've told you what the ride quality and the stability is like, I've told you, how the engine behaves, and that is pretty much how the E-Class is like to drive. The steering feel and feedback is good, it's quite precise, and there's no denying that this E-Class is actually quite brilliant in terms of driving, and it actually surprises me when it comes to the competition as well. I think this is actually going to be a very, very tough decision for a lot of people, because as you all know, there is the 5 Series that exists in the long wheelbase segment that has come earlier last year, and that has a lot of potential as well. But for some people who will drive both these cars back to back, they will, I think, have an answer very quickly, because both of them are competing neck and neck, and this is going to be tough for certain people, or it's going to be an immediate answer for some people. So the E-Class is actually quite good in multiple areas, and I'm really impressed with it. I see that there is a lot of potential here, and with the right engine in the E-Class, I can see myself driving it and being driven in it from time to time, because the E200 of course is a little bit basic to my needs, but for the chauffeur driven, this car is going to be truly impressive. There is no denying that Mercedes has worked very hard on that aspect. I've told you how it's on the inside, outside, at the back and at the front, so you know that Mercedes has done a great job in getting the E-Class right. And it's highly recommended that you go and check this car out, and you really won't be disappointed in multiple ways. You will in fact be quite entertained and kept comfortable, and that is what you need from an E-Class. That's it. I think that sums up my time with the E-Class. If we get to drive the bigger powerful variants, we'll get back to you, and you will get to know if you subscribe to us. Follow us on our website and social media, Instagram, for everyday updates. Until then, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.